Going on, guys? Welcome, Rabid here, and we got a new product in stock that's destroying Bitmain. Bitmain fails when it comes to the ETH hash algorithm. Here we have the brand new home miner from Ipollo, the V2X. So we're going to take a look at this thing, see how efficient it is, and if it's worth picking up or not. So the reported hash rate on this is about 1.2 gigahash at only 165 watts. That's pretty freaking insane. So we're going to open this up, have a look at it, and see how close to the reported hash rate is this thing. All right, so I got the box and stuff open here, and I just want to point out, as I open this, it really feels like I'm opening up like a GPU or something, which is kind of cool, but obviously this is not a GPU. This is, put that down over there, this is an Ipollo ETH hash ASIC, and the way things have turned from 4 years ago mining Ethereum to now in terms of hardware hash rate and efficiencies is pretty insane. All right, so here it is in a nutshell. Looks nice little design. Ipollo looking nice and clear in the front. On the top there. On the front here, we see a little display screen, and on the back here, we see some heat sinks, 2 6-pins, Ethernet plug, a USB plug, and then, all the components, the heat sink and everything for being air cooled. It feels just like a massive GPU per se, kind of like how their X1 was, except this thing is way better than what the X1 was. All right, so just to have a look at their power supply here, you can see the input is 100 to 240 volts. So you can work this on 110, 120, all the way upwards to 240 volt here. And then we got our outputs, 15 amps, 180 watts, and a total maximum output of 360 watts. Now, obviously, this is 2 6-pin plugs. You can just use a server power supply, especially if you get a whole bunch of these, because they don't use much power. We will be checking that at the wall. And then coming into here, you can see your standard C14 plug. The male end is C14, so the plug you're going to need there would be a C13 to whatever wall outlet or something you have, depending where you do live. All right, so coming in and looking at the front of this, right in the front, obviously, first thing that stands out is this little display screen. So it'll be interesting to see the graphics and information it does provide when we get it up and running. Down in the bottom right corner, we do have a reset button, IP button there to report your IP or something if you're having issues with that. And then the back side is our 2 power plugs on the left hand side with our internet Ethernet plug there and the little USB plug here. All right, setup process looks pretty simple. Plug our internet in on the left, plug our 2 power cables in, the 2 6-pins on the right, and then plug in the power supply. Here is our little dashboard. It says Ipollo starting. So it says it's booting up, starting its process. I'm going to see if I can log into this thing and see what this dashboard looks like. All right, coming into my router here, we can see Ipollo popped up here, 192.168.1.75. I always just go into my router to find out the latest connections and what they are. Some people like to use tools and other ways. I think this is the easiest, but it does depend on the router that you use. So I'm going to take this IP, put this in, and see what this dashboard looks like. All right, so it is your basic Ipollo login here. We see Ipollo, username, root, password. I'm pretty sure that's root as well. So I'm going to hit login and see if we're in. And yes, we are in Ipollo V2X. So it's going to come into miner configuration here. It looks like it's defaulted into K1 pool and everything. I'm not sure what I'm going to use. We have an ETC hash setting, an ETH hash setting. So that's the standard that they've always had here. So we also have priority mode of hash rate mode and energy mode. So that's awesome. And maximum number of chips. Only V2 models can be configured here. So it looks like it's just on auto right now. It's kind of grayed out for me, but this is a V2. So V2X. So we'll see kind of what happens. Maybe I got to set some stuff up, but right now it's currently grayed out. So right now we're going to start with hash rate mode, and I'm going to set up some pool settings, and mine, I guess I'm just going to go with ETC at this point just to check it out. All ETH hash and ETC coins should and will have the same hash rate. So I'm just going to log in and check out some ETC action. All right, so we do have some hash rates and everything happening here. We can see our fans are sitting at 1500, 1470, 43.5 degrees Celsius. Currently at about 1.19 gigahash. That is your current rate. We're going to have to wait for average and stuff, but we're getting decent hash rate here. I did choose GT pool. This makes things easy to switch here. Obviously, you have to go to your account here, log in through either a Google account or Telegram, but you just log in and mine to this address right here. But it makes it fast and easy to easily swap coins. If I want to swap to any Ethash coins, I don't have to do anything in my miner. All I got to do is simply come to the dashboard here and pretty much say mine something else. It's pretty easy. Like watch, if I click on here, hit change mining, now you can see mining. I want to go to any one of these coins here. So remember, it has to be on the same Ethash algorithm stuff. So if I want Octa.Space, I just click on that. If I want UBQ, I just click on that. ZTH, click on that, and you're all done. Fast and easy, and then I just hit change, and now I'm mining a different coin. I don't have to go into my miners and adjust a whole bunch of things and frequencies and addresses and whatever else. So that's one reason why when I usually mine Ethash algorithm, I'm either on Crazy Pool or GT Pool, and GT Pool does make life easy. Now, let's just see what our display is telling us. So you can see the 1,315 at the top. That's actually our hash rate. So we're at 1.3 gigahash right now, and that is your current hash rate. It's not your average or anything, so that is going to fluctuate. 1.19 is what it was at when I recorded that segment earlier, and this did go upwards of like 1.6, 1.7. But remember, that's only current hash rate based on your shares. We also have our temperature there of 59 degrees. We have our average fan speed between them all here is 1,680 right now, and an uptime of 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Guys, power consumption. Only 177 watts. That is amazing. All right, so now I am going to try and see what energy mode does look like. So we're going to save and apply those settings. It's going to have to do its reboot process, do its get works things. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes for this thing to actually start mining. Now we're in energy mode here, and auto. It's still stuck in auto, so I don't know. We still can't change this, even though it says only V2. So maybe it only means the V2, not the V2X, not the V2H or anything, just the straight V2, which is the big bad boy. And it does look like these are currently on sale right now at $1,099, the V2X from $1,399. And the other one is the V2H. It's down to $2,889 from $3,769. But just coming in the products here in the V2 series, it might only be the big boy, this guy right here, that has the option to change your chips and stuff. So that makes sense because this is in fact just the V2, not the V2X or V2H. What's the hash rate on this big guy it's saying? So this is supposed to be 10 gigahash at about, where is the power consumption here? 1,500 watts. Wow. 10 gigahash at only 1,500 watts. That's insane, but obviously this is a lot more pricey for a home miner. This is a lot louder. You're going to need 240 volt. So this does limit a lot of people, where the other two are looking quite a bit better for the home miner. Let's kind of compare that in profitability now. Looking at GPU mining right now, and say a 5080 was just released, it's only making 1 cent after power, or 54 cents, and that's utilizing NiceHash right now. And a 5080 is a little more expensive, I think, or maybe they're pretty close in price. I'm not 100% sure on the pricing range of the USD value for all this, but they're pretty close. The 5080 actually might be a little bit cheaper, so I lied right off the get-go. But it's only making 1 cent, which means ROI is pretty much never in this, 5, 6, 7, 10,000 lifetimes or something. But coming into the profitability of the V2H, it's actually making some money for around the same price as a 5080 here. We can see, and this is in a down market right now, but because the efficiency is so good, this is at 12 cent power here. We're at 24 cents here on Octa.Space, 48 cents on NiceHash, 48 cents mining ETH-POW, and ETC is at 60-cent profit here. Income per day before power costs, we had free power. This is in fact $1.07. So that's actually not too bad, but this is claiming it's 165 watts. We are actually at 177 watts at the wall, which we've seen. We'll see what it looks like once efficiency mode is done. All right, so in energy mode, we're sitting at 1.33 gigahash. We're down to about 175 watts, so 2 watts less. Now, the first time I went into energy mode, it actually had errors and things were rebooting. It started hashing and then it just quit. So I'm gonna let this sit for a little while and see if it quits or not. It doesn't look like we're losing any hash rate utilizing energy mode. and it's about 2 watts less. So I don't know what the difference really is between hash rate mode and energy mode. They're both pretty close to the same. So maybe there's going to be some firmware in the future to update that. But right now, I'm not really seeing much of a difference at all between the two. All right, so let's have a look at a comparison with new age miners here. So coming in, looking at the Bitmain E11, I want to point out the price actually went up from when I first looked at it a little while ago. Originally, it was $7,200 on the Bitmain website. That was 75 cents per mega hash here. In this case, it is now currently $7,600. So crypto prices are going down. Bitmain wants more money. I don't know what they're doing here, but that is a price of 80 cents per mega hash here. The efficiency on the Bitmain E11 based on 9.5 gigahash, 2,470 watts is only 3.84 mega hash per watt. So I don't know what goes on with Bitmain, but when it does come to Ethash, they suck. Like, they have been horrible when it comes to Ethash. They also had limited on only certain pools can sometimes be used, and also only certain coins can sometimes be used. So I don't know if that's the case with the E11. We do know about that with the E9 Pro, where it took forever before it could finally mine Octa.Space, for an example. But they are on that one, so I'm assuming the E11 should be on Octa.Space. But their efficiency kind of sucks here, especially for a brand new miner coming in at over $7,000 freaking dollars. Yes, it's the cheapest per mega hash, but their efficiency sucks. Bitmain is in gold shell territory here, minus being the most expensive miner. They priced it the cheapest, but not by much. Coming in now to the V2H, that is 3.4 gigahash. I don't know the numbers because I haven't tested this. This is what Ipollo is reporting. 3.4 gigahash, only 475 watts. That is 7.15 megahash per watt. Double the efficiency of Bitmain's E11, and it's quiet and built for home miners. This thing could probably sell like hotcakes here. It is coming in a bit more expensive per mega hash at $2,889 as the price did go down. It was a bit more expensive, and that is 84 cents per mega hash. Now for the V2X, the one we're trying out right now, 1.2 gigahash, 1200 mega hash, 177 watts in normal mode. That is 6.77 mega hash per 1 watt of power. Even this little guy is like double the efficiency. Not quite, pretty close, but up there on almost doubling Bitmain's E11. And it's coming in at $1,000.99. You know, slightly more than a 5080 and a lot more profitable and a way faster ROI than a frickin' 5080. Crazy to think about. Coming in for 91 cents per mega hash. It is fairly expensive here if you look at per mega hash, but getting double the efficiency for $1,000 pretty much over Bitmain, that's actually pretty good. And it's silent and quiet. Then the low power mode, you know, it is slightly bit more efficient. Again, I don't know if it's working properly at all. I still need to go for a full 24 hours to get full average hash rates. And then the V2 miner, their big bad boy from Ipollo, 10 gigahash, 10,000 megahash, 1,500 watts, and it is coming in at the least efficient of the three and the most expensive. I don't know, like, are they using different chips in this thing or what's going on? These numbers don't make sense to me. I doubt I'll ever have the chance to try this one out to actually see, but, you know, based on reported stats, it's their worst miner Ipollo has, and it's even more expensive than Bitmain by quite a bit here. But it is a lot more efficient than Bitmain still. Obviously, we still have that, but it is the most expensive. Now, the big thing we don't know about is the X44Q, the Jazz miner, the 7.8 gigahash monster at 780 watts for a massive efficiency boost of 10 megahash per 1 watt. We don't know a price or anything yet, but if the numbers at Jingle Mining stick at about $5,600, just shy, that is only 71 cents per megahash. So you got the highest efficient miner, pretty high up there in the freaking hash rate at the cheapest price. Is that going to continue when it actually releases? I don't really know. I expect it to probably go up in price, but again, we'll see what happens with the markets and stuff. But right now we are looking at the V2X, and this thing for a home miner, if you are into Octa.Space, ETC, you know, any of those Ethash coins, this is definitely an upgrade over previous generations, and it's looking pretty nice. And especially if you're looking at a GPU mining and smashing your head against the wall, this thing is about the same price as some of the new GPUs out there and making way more in profits after power, making a way faster ROI as well. So anyway, that's the numbers of the V2X. All right, guys, so that pretty much does wrap up this video. I will have links down in the description to Ipollo if you're looking for any of these greatest miners here, because these things are definitely a huge upgrade. And this is big coming in from Ipollo, that they have a huge upgrade over everybody. Even Bitmain is failing when it comes to Ethash and new generation miners. Thank you for checking this out. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the situation. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.